find it?
In a bookstore.
Bookstore, you say? Oh, this is very unusual.
Not really. They tend to carry books in bookstores.
Oh, my friend, you misunderstand me. This is a very, very rare book. One of a kind.
Well, this is how we got here, and we're needing to get back home. What can you
Oh,
tell me in regards to that?
home. Uh, home to where?
I'm back to Sharn.
To Sean? To, to, to Eberron, you say?
Yes.
Oh, oh my. This is fortuitous indeed. I'm sorry. I must sit for a moment. I'm dizzy.
And the little diminutive man, he walks over and he sits down on one of the benches. And you can see he's now holding his forehead. And he reaches out to the fire and he pours himself some tea from the kettle that's there. And his hands trembling, he raises the cup up to his lips and he says,
By the gods, I never thought that it would come back. That my master he would lose it. All this time it's made its way back.
Who is your master?
It's the one that imprisoned me here. It's the head of my order.
Give me a name.
Was a very powerful artificer and wizard. He was called Starlin de Canith. He was the head of House Canith. And long ago, many years ago, we came together and we thought that we could bring an end to the war, and we decided to pull forth our sources, and we became an order. We called ourselves the Cataclysm Mages, and we. Well, I'm so sorry. It's been so long since I've had someone to talk to. You see, we built a means of traveling here to the realm of madness, to study it. We thought that we could find a way to enhance troops, and we discovered symbionts, and we used the symbionts to enhance our warriors, and oh Lord, lords above and below. After all this time, a way has been shown to me.
Siegfried walks up to the symbiote that has like one eye and just goes like, "These can enhance people." And he looks at it.
Yes, the symbionts, they take and they give. They empower. They can help you become more powerful, but there's a price. You must understand. Once you have bonded with one, it will stay with you until it is removed. It is very difficult to remove one, you see.
and he begins pulling his cloak aside, and you can see that his chest is absolutely teeming with these parasites. And he turns, he looks at you, he says,
My master, after we built the portal, we came here and we built another one, and, well, Starin left us here. Left me and my companions to rot. He said he would come back, but he did not. It's been 6 months. Please, tell me, how goes the war?
6 months.
Yes, we built this place, but one by one they all went mad and tried to kill me.
That's disturbing, and we may be in a bit more of a predicament and need to hurry up and get out of here than we...
You see, sir, and sorry, what was your name again?
My name is Thaco, young miss.
Taco, the war ended more than 2 years ago.
Two. That's impossible. I have been here for 6 months.
It's possible that time does not follow the same pattern. But, you see, we might know, in fact, we probably do know your master you speak of. He seemed to have died, or claimed he had died, and was give his cat to this bookkeeper.
And Zara, as you're recalling the information you learned back from the bookstore, you were told that the man known as Starin the Canith died 30 years ago.
Or supposedly he died 30 years ago.
Oh, 30 years? War over? It is as I have feared. Time dilation. This place. You must leave at once. Before it's too late.
I agree.
But you can't. The portal, it doesn't work anymore. You need...
How do we make it work?
You need a key.
What kind of key?
It's made of the same metal that we constructed the portal. It's the only thing that keeps structures from sinking into the gelatinous ooze of this plane.
You mean
Would
like
it be
this
purplish
and
shine?
yeah, the book?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. You guys were talking over each other.
Would it be like the key I have in the book?
As you turn and show the clasp on the book to Thaco,
He says, "Oh, you have it? You have a key?
Of course.
Well, that changes things. We can power the portal now. We only need to remove it from the book."
Very well. Take us to this portal.
I can take you immediately, but it is. You must understand. The portal, when it powers up, it will begin to draw creatures to it. They will see the light, and they will begin to come. It will take some time before it completely powers up. The portal was damaged.
How much time?
Should only take just a few seconds is all, but that can sometimes be more time than needed. The creatures, they leave me and my roommates alone for the most part. I think it's their presence. But maybe, just maybe, with all of us here, we might be able to fend them off before they tear us to shreds.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I could also use some illusion magic to create bright lights away from us that could also hopefully diverge their attention away a bit as
Anything would help, of course. And I'm old, but I am not useless. I can fend for myself. Of course, they tried to kill me many times, but I survived, and they did not. For good reasons, I survived. I met you lot, but please, you look so beaten and tired. I couldn't possibly take you out now. The creatures that tear you apart limb from limb, even with our numbers now. You must regain your strength.
Very well.
As much as I hate to agree because of the time, well, we might have to.
Yes.
and he, with one quick fast motion, he drinks the rest of his tea, and he sort of grimaces like it's bitter.
Oh, that batch was not very good. Oh.
Samael, can I talk to you for a second?
And during this time, this
Sure.
conversation is going on. What are you doing, Baron?
I'm just observing, staying in the background.
Okay. As you are observing, staying in the background, you see some sort of large beetle-like creature is crawling across the floor towards you. And it sort of regards you with some modicum of intelligence. And just sort of sits there and does push-ups with its claws in front of you.
What is Azar?
Okay.
Were you able to detect, and she's whispering this, whether this man is evil or has some sort of, evil sense to him?
Yes and no. Azar, we all contain elements of good and evil in us, but in a plane like this, the semblance of good and evil does not register as plainly as it would in Eberron. I do detect evil in this man, but I detect evil in everything around this area, not just him. And it could be that the plane itself has had a toll on him, so I will not judge him too harshly as of yet.
Did it show that we were evil? Me? Nick?
Well, I didn't detect anything good from you while we were walking through here.
Alright. Well, I guess we'll have to keep our eyes open. Makes sleeping hard, but yes.
Well, there's always Byron. He's always, not to talk bad about him, but seems to be a little paranoid sometimes.
Meow?
Is there a cat around here? A cat I need to pet?
Yes.
Siegfried, as you look around, you see that your two compatriots, your copies, if you will, are just sort of slowly and slyly walking around the room. One sits down on a bench. The other one is just kind of looking at one of the tables and then looking back, and he gives you a wink.
What are you two doing over there, you clown?
Oh, just taking advantage for now, the fact that you can actually see us. It's gonna suck when you can't see us anymore. We're always here.
Good thing my friend didn't come out.
I'm gonna roll an insight check to see if I feel like they're lying about that whole.
Go right ahead. And apparently Byron's going to sleep. They appear to be telling the truth. You don't sense any falsehoods from them.
Do you two want to cuddle and take a nap together?
When do we not want to cuddle and take a nap together?
Do we want to cuddle and take a nap together with Samael?
There's a hammock over there. All four of us can fit in it. Let's go.
Samael, hammock! We're gonna cuddle and take a nap together.
Hold on. Who wants to stay on watch first?
I'll stay and watch.
All right, Nicholas. Once I get rested up, wake me up. You take, I'll take second watch, and then you can spend some time with Zara.
I was just gonna say, Nick, when did we get to cuddle? Oh, okay.
You and I don't get to cuddle, but I'll let you have Nick after the first watch.
I said Nick.
I
know you were asking Nick about me. Anyway, I'm going over here.
As you three are conversing, you hear from behind you, sitting on the bench, you hear Thaco go, "No! You get away from him!" And he rushes across to where Byron is curled up sleeping, and within inches of Byron, this large, chitinous, bug-like, flat creature was about to crawl on his chest, and he reaches out and grabs it, and the thing squeals. "You leave him alone, Bob!" And he tosses it into a corner, and the thing scuttles off into underneath a table and disappears.
Could we maybe build the barrels around where we're sleeping?
Oh, don't worry, young miss. I will make sure that they don't hurt you. I rarely sleep anymore.
Alright.
I want to say something with Samael privately.
All three Siegfrieds look towards you as you approach.
Actually, all four Siegfrieds look towards you.
Samael,
Yes, what is it?
Come over here. We can speak a little more privately.
I see. You don't want to say something to me and my sons. It's okay, Nicholas. I just thought we were.
It doesn't. Don't worry. It doesn't concern you.
What doesn't concern us? You hear in unison from 3 voices.
We're discussing his church.
Oh, we love the church. Yeah, we love the church. Totally love the church.
Religion is awesome.
And then you hear that all at once in unison from 4 Siegfrieds. Religion is totally awesome.
I'm gonna point in the opposite direction past them and say, "Is that a cat?"
And all 4 of them go, where? Turn around.
All right, Nick, we're good. What you got?
You know, I don't think we should let him through the portal. To be totally honest with you, I think that we open the portal and we leave him here in the realm of madness. He's been here for 30 years. Do you think he has any kind of good left in him?
It's no telling, but I don't really think it's up to us to judge that.
Sure. You don't think it could be dangerous bringing him back into the realm?
Yeah, it could be dangerous, but he wasn't locked here as a prisoner. He was left here unintentionally. I don't think that bringing him back is going to be a... Hey, Thaco,
Hey.
what's good?
Hey, I have your cots ready. I'm sorry I don't have any more beds. I had to strip them, you see, and take them apart. And I could use the parts for firewood and to make things and for experiments. And I just have the hammock now, you see.
Nah, you're good.
I, if you need anything else, please let me know.
And he wanders away.
Yeah, Nick, he does seem like he's a little bit out of touch with civilization, but I don't necessarily think that makes him a bad guy. Keep in mind, though, I'm keeping my eye out for him, and I mean, worst case scenario, he's 100% truly evil, and we just kill him.
All right.
Nick,
Yes.
and she heads over. She didn't hear it, but maybe while you're keeping watch, you could ask him a couple questions to see if you can, you don't really know anything about him. Assuming what he's saying is true, maybe he's completely lying to us. Who knows? But maybe you could ask a couple questions and see if you could figure out whether he's being honest.
I will try, but I'll do my best. I'll see what I can get out of it.
Thanks, darling. And she gives him a little kiss on the cheek. I know you'll do great.
You're welcome, babe. And Nick, she appreciates you too.
Thanks, Samael. I have one more question, Samael.
Yeah.
Siegfried, there's 4 of them, but there's only one of us. Uh-oh. Does that mean that he's possessed?
I really don't know what that is or what's going on with that over there, but I do know that Siegfried tends to have a bit of a multiple personality disorder, and I'm willing to bet it's tied into that because sometimes he's like a different person. He's still Siegfried, but a different flavor of Siegfried, and it seems like he gets stuck on it every once in a while. I've noticed this for a
50
long
Shades
time.
of Sig.
Yeah, I've noticed this for a long time now, and it's something you get used to as you hang out with him or you see him for a while, but he seems to be projecting that in some way, shape, form, or fashion. The mage seemed to know something about it, but I don't know if Siegfried's in his right mind enough to really talk to him about it. Why don't you ask him a few questions about it? Maybe he can give you more insight into it.
All right.
And you all both hear a popping noise, and as you turn around, you see a 5th Siegfried who is smiling at you and making popping noises with his finger in his cheek.
And I know there's at least 8 of them. So we'll see what happens.
I have a question. One last question.
Yeah.
Do you think if we eliminated the extra Siegfrieds, it would help him?
I'd wonder that as well. But then again, they might all be aspects of the same Siegfried. It would be like killing part of himself if we did that. I honestly think that in order for Siegfried to be whole, they have to merge back together again. But that's just speculation on my part.
And
I have a feeling
the Siegfried that was popping his cheek walks up behind you, Nick, and says, "The fuck did you just say?"
I said, we're just having a conversation. You know, Samuel, I really respect you of how much money you give to the church.
Listen,
I really do.
listen here, bright boy. We've been watching you for a while, and you've got our boy in trouble a few times, and you've got our best friend here in trouble a few times as well. And let's just be honest here. You really screwed the pooch this time. You don't need to
Hey.
worry. You don't need to worry about us, okay? You don't need to worry about my friend, and you certainly don't need to worry about my best friend, Samael. We're fine. We're all fine. All 6 of us.
It's 6 of you total.
For now. And as soon as he says that, another one pops into existence right next to him.
Samael's just laughing. All this is great to him.
While they're all doing that, I'm with the other Siegfrieds, and I'm like, so, Samael lied to us. I don't suspect him, but I think the others are using him right now. There's so many of us, and they just pretend like they're ignoring it. I think they know a bit more about this than they're telling me, and I'm confused. I'm scared. I think all of us are confused and scared. Well, at least I am.
Zara reaches out to the Siegfried version that's checking what should I say? Sizing up Nick. And she kind of takes him by the hands and say, Siegfried, we made absolutely no harm. We just want to know if we can help him.
Zara, watch out. They don't like you.
The Siegfried turns and looks at you, Zara, and has a look of pure disdain on its face, and yanks its hand back from you, and it says, "How dare you, Tarkanan trash!" It walks away.
I think that was my John Dillon.
Before he walks away, I'm gonna pull up my my shirt and reveal my belt with my short sword and my daggers, kind of like a passive aggressive.
And I'm gonna see him trying to do that.
Moment that you do, all 5 minus main Siegfried draw rapiers and point them at you.
Wait. And as I tell he's trying to do that, I immediately go in front of him and pull him in for a kiss. Because I know exactly what he's doing.
It doesn't matter because right now I'm already in between y'all two, keeping y'all safe and alive.
So
Y'all
does
can't fight. Y'all can't fight six Siegfrieds.
Does
Not
that
gonna
change
fight six
anything?
Siegfrieds.
They all, one at a time, one after another, lower their weapons, and the rapiers that were made of dark green necrotic energy dissipate into their hands until the one that approached Nicholas points to Uzar and says, "You have a lot of nerve, and you're going to learn real soon, and you're not going to want to know, but I think you already do. We know what you are. Child of death." And the 5 Siegfrieds, one after another, they all sort of file away towards the hammock.
Her face falls, and she's like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Guys, can we please not fight my friends? You guys may not like them, but can we at least, tone it down?
I don't know about y'all, but I like them. They're great.
By the way, we shall be called the Siegfried Gang.
What's funny is I've made so many of them, I have no idea who... Oh, there you are, Siegfried.
I know exactly which one I am, but I will tell no...
There we are. I found you. There we go.
What's up, Zara?
I don't know. If they ever ask, I don't know. They seem to listen to you. Tell them I really did not mean anything. I was trying to help.
Just tell the main Siegfried. He's right there.
Alright,
Hi,
agreed.
what's up? Hi.
I did
Nice to meet
not mean any harm. I was really just trying to help.
You know what, Zara? Fuck, no, I'm kidding. I don't really know what's wrong. I mean, me, myself, I just really never have a problem with anyone unless they, have a sword in my stomach, and they seem really, they seem probably a bit like my insecurities, really. It's, different things have failed. I have no idea. That's all I can really say about them. They may also just not even be me at all. But, I mean, as long as they help us in battle, and they don't try to hurt you guys,
Well, they're definitely you.
I am offended, but not offended at the same time.
All right. I'm exhausted and I'm going to nap.
You're exhausted? Have you tried dealing with 5 of me? Oh, wait, yeah, you just kind of...
She just gives him a look of like weariness, and then walks over to where Byron is sleeping and kind of.
Samael, are you still going to cuddle with all of us? They all seem really cool with you. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, of course. I intend to. I'm just taking care of a few grown-up things before I go over there.
Well, I'll go make sure the kids don't do anything. Like, I was kind of tempted to let one of the parasites on me, so I got to go make sure they don't.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't test that with them.
Hey, you all settle down and take a nice long nap. Now, I keep watch for you.
Nick,
Yes,
keep all your weapons loaded.
I will. I don't like them. I mean, I like the real Siegfried. I don't like his whatever they are.
They're just aspects of himself. We all have good parts and bad parts, and he has good parts and bad parts as well.
As you're talking to Samael, Nicholas, you suddenly watch as Samael's face, the skin cracks, and bits of black begin showing through the cracks. And as he's speaking to you, his flesh sloughs off, and his head is now a disembodied floating ram's skull on fire as he's talking to you.
Are you okay, Siegfried? Am I out? I don't. I kind of like slap my face a little bit, like, am I out? Or are you all right?
Seeing it now too.
I see fire ram's head.
What Zara was talking about.
Samael,
Yeah.
as you're speaking to Nicholas, he's getting shorter and shorter, and his clothes are sloughing off of his body until now he is that of what appears to be a 5-year-old.
Do I feel normal?
You feel normal.
I'm just gonna shake my head. Don't let it bother you. This place is a little bit weird when it comes to perception. You're seeing things that are a part of me that aren't normally visible to the naked eye. Let's get some rest.
All right, I'll keep watch. And
if anybody acts up, make sure to show them your badge.
And as you say that, every Siegfried looks over and just yells, "Bah!"
Actually, when you look over, all 5 of the Siegfrieds are holding a badge that's 6 feet tall and 4 feet wide that says Nicholas is the shit.
yeah, I guess they do like me.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep.
And then
Yeah,
and then one of them looks up and says, "Oh wait, we got that wrong." And he takes something and writes on it in black, "Is a shit."
Told you they're fun.
And as I watch, I'm gonna pull out my short sword and sharpen it. Just
Okay.
Keep watch.
So you're keeping first watch, Nicholas?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I mean, wait, did we decide
One
who's
of us.
watching?
One of us.
I look like a big demon to you guys.
So my question to you is, how long you guys want to rest?
We want to take a long rest.
Okay.
Which technically for Zara and Nicholas is 4 hours, right?
I already went
Yeah,
over
so
that with him. It doesn't count.
Well, the way that works is 4 hours they can spend during that 8-hour rest. 4 hours they can spend essentially keeping watch. So they could split up their watch between them and get their full rest. They just can't do
good,
it.
then I don't have
They
to.
just can't do any extraneous activity during their watch. Like it's them sitting back, reading a book, sharpening, cleaning a weapon, that sort of thing.
I mean, really, then Nick, you do the first 4 hours, and then all of us Siegfrieds can do the second 4.
I would like somebody else to watch as well.
What, do you not trust us, Nick?
No, I just precaution.
I trust you enough to watch us, and you trying to fight with me. And they're trying to fight with you, so I think it's an even opportunity here to gain each other's trust.
All 5 Siegfrieds are now wearing silk pajamas and are combing each other's hair in a conga line.
If Zara has a pillow, she is putting it over her head.
You do have a pillow. It's actually not a pillow, though. It's one of those symbiotes.
Okay.
You can hear
It's the hand one.
You can hear it trilling in your head. It's the one that was fluttering its little legs and what you thought were wings sitting on the bench earlier.
Oh my god.
Okay, so who's taking first watch? Nicholas is?
Yeah, yes, I am.
All right, go ahead, Nicholas, and roll a perception check.
Yes.
Over the course of several hours, Nicholas, you hear the sounds of your friends' heavy breathing as they regain their respite. And you watch over that period of time, you see that Thaco has been very, very bemusedly writing notes at his desk. And every once in a while, you see him staring off in the direction of Samael and the book. And then he averts his gaze back to his notes and he continues to write. But other than that, there's no other things that you notice within those 4 hours.
During those 4 hours that I see him doing that, can I pretend like I'm kind of just stretching and kind of look over and see if I can see anything like what he's writing?
Make a performance check.
Why don't you just ask him what he's writing?
Okay. You just happen to sidle up to him and stretch. Oh. And looking over his shoulder, you see that he is scribbling nonsense. It's in a language that you don't understand. He's drawing symbols, and the symbols appear to be some sort of cuneiform. And he looks up and he goes,
Oh, hello there. It was Nicholas, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. I saw you drawing. Drawings look really cool.
I must prepare for the portal. You see, if I get this wrong, you could end up somewhere really, really bad.
Are you creating some sort of spell?
No, coordinates. The dial, it was broken by Starin. That's why we couldn't return home. We didn't have a key, and the dial that chooses the destination. It doesn't work unless you hold it a certain way. Only one destination that we could possibly send you. You said you wanted to get back to Sean, right?
Yes, indeed.
That's why I spend this time writing, keeping watch. Protect you, I will.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll kind of walk back and... Oh, before I do walk back, I'm going to ask one question. Those symbiotes, what do they do?
They living, grown, enhance the Daokir, the lords, for their soldiers. The half-bloods would grow them, and they would put them on the devout. Long ago, they were used by Karnath soldiers. The Cataclysm mages, we came together and studied them, That's why we came here. We needed a progenitor pod to grow them, but we didn't have one. We needed it. But Stalin, he took it for himself. Selfish. Very selfish. My old poor friend Stalin, and now you say he's dead. Oh, there's only one place that I can send you. He's no longer living, so should be safe. I hope.
Who took it?
Starin took the progenitor pod.
And that's how you grow these.
Yes. It is taken from a Darkier half-blood. It is one of their organs. They create them, you see. They grow. And they grow from their bodies.
They're very evil and dangerous.
Yes. But useful. Powerful. You can wear more than one. They do many things. Terrible things. Useful things.
Can you control them?
Oh yes. They are extension of you. But very dangerous to keep them on for too long. You will turn into a half-blood. It is a wretched existence, being a Darkier half-blood.
You have them on you.
I have for some time. It's the only way to survive. Creatures leave me alone. The more symbionts I apply, the more I am dying.
And he pitches forward and puts a hand on your chest and catches himself.
Do not tell the others.
I won't. Better make sure nothing else comes. I'm gonna go watch the others. And I'll walk away.
And he watches you walk away as you do. And he cinches his robes closed tighter this time. And turns and goes back to his writing. Now, do you wake up Zara to do the rest of the watch, or did you want to wake someone else?
I'll wake up Zara to do the rest of the watch.
Zara, make a Constitution saving throw.
Alright. 16.
Zara, as you are stirred awake, you look up to see the familiar face of your husband, and instead you see the face of your mother.
Little one. It's time.
Mama?
It's time for school. Come now. Come now, get up.
What? Mama?
Yes, come, Leah. Come with me.
No.
And you watch as your mother begins walking away from you towards the fire.
Come now.
And she continues to walk towards the fire and is a few steps away from the blazing fire now.
Come with me. Come. This way. Come and see.
No, Mama, no. Don't go back. Don't go back in there.
And she turns and looks at you and smiles and she says,
It's all right. This is meant to be.
No, it's not.
Mama loves you.
and you
can
watch
work it
as
out.
you watch as your mother slowly walks into the fire and succumbs to the flames. No screams, no crying, not a sound. You watch as your mother turns to ash.
And Zara's eyes immediately fill with tears.
As you blink those tears away, you see the confused face of your husband staring back at you, where your mother once stood next to the fire.
Nick?
Yeah, did you have like a really bad dream? You're crying.
It was as if I saw my mother.
This is weird. Careful. Make sure you keep a really good watch.
Alright. And she goes over to Nick and gives him a kiss. I guess no cuddling tonight.
No, and make sure the symbiote is away from everybody.
Alright.
I'm gonna go sit against the wall near Byron and close my eyes.
Yeah, as you look at Byron, he is completely out cold.
And I'm gonna fall asleep with my hand on my short sword.
Okay. Zara, go ahead and
That's funny.
make a perception check.
Alright. In the meantime, I'm holding my halberd in my hand and kind of examining it while I'm looking around.
Zara, as you look at your halberd, you notice something that you hadn't noticed before. The metal seems to be of a similar color to the disc that was used to open the book. And held in the right light, reflected, takes on the same color as the disc.
Interesting. And she looks around.
Okay?
19.
Over the course of 4 hours, your watch is very uneventful. You see Thaco staring at you, rocking back and forth, smiling. He takes out a pipe and begins smoking some sort of substance, some dry herb of some sort. And he just sort of very, very slyly smiling and nodding his head and rocking back and forth.
I bet he smokes the good stuff.
And after your 4 hours of watch, everyone has taken a long rest. It's been 4 hours later.
That was rejuvenating. I feel like I can actually do some damage again.
And apparently we have lost Mark. He had to log out. I guess our roleplay was just too awesome for him.
Uh-oh.
So I'll do my best.
Well, it seems he's completely off of Discord too. So either he crashed or he's.
Oh no, he
lost internet.
He logged out. Yeah, he said he had to go, so.
Ah, okay.
But we still got, time, so I will do my best Mark impersonation. Hey guys.
Yeah.
There's now 20 Siegfrieds running around.
You don't have that many personalities.
I mean, it's pretty close.
No, there's only 5.
Well, right now, but altogether, there's more than.
Well, there's actually 6.
6 altogether right now.
So what would you all like to do now?
Bring out my other half and kill the party.
Zara goes
I
over to Nick
need
and-
everyone that's present. It's a shame Mark is missing this. I need everyone to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh gosh.
Well, I used up all my luck in those 2 nat 20 attacks, so
Okay. Give me one moment as I consult a chart.
Don't forget Mark's saving throw.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna roll for him too.
Is this for waking up in the realm of madness?
it's all about those ones. All
Alright. So everyone except for Nicholas and Byron, you all are now suffering from short-term madness.
I already had that anyway.
So
Cool.
either you guys can roll or I will roll for you. If you'd prefer to roll and take your fate in your own hands, that's cool. I just need a D100 roll from each of you.
Ugh.
Go ahead and roll mine.
Okay.
Yeah, roll mine too, because I forget how to do it.
Alright, I'll roll Samael first. Nope, sorry, I got a 9. Oh god. Okay. I'm gonna put each of these things separate so none of you know what it is. Just to keep this to you guys. It's gonna be on your sheets on your main page. So Zara, that's yours is on there now. You roll for Samael. Oh, that one's awesome. Oh, Samael, by the way, your max hit points are back. If you didn't
Yeah, I
already,
put him back.
if you didn't already fix that.
I didn't.
Seems like
He said if you did not already.
If you did not, yeah.
Oh my god, that's my thing?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I hate that.
That's okay. Siegfried's is worse.
No, this is a reoccurring theme with me in this ability.
Oh my gosh. Nicholas, looks like you're carrying me around the rest of the this area.
Mine's already on there, right?
Yours is on there.
Oh fuck.
Let me just roll it. Let me find out how long this is gonna last for you guys.
Guys, I am paralyzed.
This is gonna last 3 minutes, guys. It's not gonna.
I can't
it's not
move.
gonna-
I'm stunned.
It's not gonna last long. So for 3 minutes, Siegfried is stiff as a board.
I need to know what my source is.
Your source?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I have a source.
You are currently frightened of fungus.
Oh
Is
my
this
god.
a bad time to say I have a terrible case of foot fungus?
I am right next to the fire.
So right as Zara goes over to wake Nick, wake up, sweetie. And she just is paralyzed.
Oh, I still sleep.
So she's kneeling next to him, like her hand on him, but she can't move.
Okay. Well, if there is nothing else that you'd like to do during these 3 minutes of short-term madness, you can delete those effects from your page.
I have already made a vow of enmity against the fungus.
Okay. And your friend, your new friend, I should say, he has taken his walking stick and he's heading towards the door now, and he says to you all,
Sleepyheads, good to see you all awake. Before we go, I've been meaning to ask if any of you would be so kind as to adopt one of my roommates. I can't keep them all here, and I am afraid that they will need someone to watch over them in case anything happens to me.
I don't think we are.
I give Samael puppy dog eyes.
Go for it, Siegfried.
Siegfried. Oh, I better shut up.
But they're animals. I looked at others. It's like, it is a bad idea, but to be good, what do you get?
Unfortunately, we don't have the means to watch over one of you. I apologize.
Speak for yourself. I'm interested.
I kind of am, because living animals, and you can't just leave these things alone. I mean, they just want
Tell me
to
more.
They're not animals.
I'm more interested in the disadvantages that come with taking on a pet such as this.
You get kicked out of your church.
You say it like it frightens me.
Have you seen this man's head?
Siegfried, as you gesture towards Samael is now just a husk of armor, and in the parts in between the separation of the plates where you would normally see his body, there's nothing but fire and brimstone emanating, churning within his armor, and the floating flaming goat skull.
Is this perceived, or is this what everybody's saying now?
This is what everyone is seeing, except for you.
Except for
You look really hot.
Thanks.
But yeah, like you were saying, what's the disadvantage of them?
And Thaco looks at you all and says,
The disadvantage? They can be taxing. They will slowly turn you into a half-blood. You will become a pariah to those that dwell on Eberron. You will be hunted, most likely by this one's people.
and he points to Samael.
I mean, what can I say? I told you so.
Yeah, but there's things about me my church already doesn't like. Still doesn't change the fact that this right here could help me with the purging of evil in Eberron.
Or it could make you even more evil in Eberron.
Yes, but I can take it. Cannot Theka?
You're a very, very strong one. Very unusual.
Well, maybe we can at least make the case that if Siegfried or anyone else took it, that you would have to search after them and do justice. Isn't that right?
I'm also supposed to hunt and kill werewolves, but we save them all the time. Tell me, Thaka, I have a demon residing inside of me right now. Will this play nice with the demon?
Oh, it will draw you closer to your path. I see it. I see the path. You see it too. I can feel it.
I like the sound of that. Thaka, I'll accept your offer.
Oh, then you must choose. I have many friends. What do you desire?
You know, Jeremy, outside of game, what's the best way for me to express this?
Outside of game, what's the best way that you can express what?
Express what I'm looking for. Because he's not going to sit there and quote me stats.
No, he's not, and he's not really going to go through and tell you which one is the best one for everyone because he doesn't really know. He is banana sandwich crazy, if you haven't already figured it out.
Where are his friends at?
Oh, they're everywhere. Some of them are like sleeping in a pile. There's one that looks like it's a whip made out of sinew with an eyeball and claws at the end. That's like sleeping. Looks kind of like a snake sleeping on his desk.
I want that one. I want the snake one.
Oh, I got an idea. Can Thaka communicate with them?
Sort of.
Okay, I'm gonna take my medallion. I'm gonna give it over to the one with the goat's head on it. I'm gonna give it to Thaco, and I'm gonna express to him that I wish to destroy every evil thing that's ever existed, and express to him who I am. And I'm gonna ask him to go to his friends and see who wants to come with me.
And he turns and he looks, and he looks at your symbol and he ponders. And he goes,
Interesting. For one such as you, I would think, perhaps, yes. Yes. Yes, that would do quite nicely.
and he gestures and makes a strange little squeaking noise in the back of his throat, like a. And you turn and look, and you watch as this tentacled creature begins, like a snake, slithering across the floor. And it has an eyeball on the end of it. And as it's moving, there's a little bit of like electricity that's like arcing off of it.
This one is called a storm stalk. Very, very useful.
Indeed.
When it is bonded to you, it will give you a special ability.
From just overseeing this, can Zara tell whether or not this guy has, I don't know, evil intent by what he's saying?
That would be an insight check. I will whisper to you, Zara.
Okay. Do we feel hungry in this environment?
Well, I would assume that you guys would have consumed some of your rations while you guys were resting.
Cool.
Very well. I'll accept my new companion as long as he accepts what I'm about.
The creature now begins looking at you, and it sort of like eyes you up and down. And then it starts to sort of wave its head like a snake, like it's charming you. And then it arcs out and bites into your body. And you feel a pain as it attaches itself to your wrist and wraps around your forearm. And you all watch as Samael holds his hand out, and the creature extends, and a bolt of lightning arcs out from the eyeball and strikes the side of the hut, creating a large 3-foot wide hole in the side of the wall. And Samael, you now have an eye ray attack.
Nice.
The Stormstalk essentially acts like a weapon. So
Okay.
we will build that into your character sheet.
Cool.
And I will need you to make an intelligence saving throw when you have attuned to it.
Okay, but not now, correct?
Not yet. You're not attuned to it yet.
Can I get one on my other arm too?
He only has the one Stormstalk. He essentially has one of each within his hut.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll be happy with what I got for now.
Okay. We are getting close to 10, so if you guys want to go a little bit further, we can.
Siegfried doesn't have his insect yet.
I believe he said he was going to take the whip.
Nice.
Is that correct, Siegfried?
Yes.
Okay.
But after Samuel blasts that hole in the wall, all he has to say is,
But before I'll say, well, looking at myself, I've noticed that in order to protect everyone and to make sure everyone can live happiness, sometimes you have to dip your toes into the darkness to know how to help others that have fallen to that dark.
I turn and give him an immediate high five.
I reluctantly high five.
When you reach out to grab the whip off of the table, the end of it, where you would assume is the literal end of the creature, several of tendrils begin splitting apart, and they all stab into your wrist. And you feel like a warm, piercing sensation, and the creature has become an extension of yourself. And you now have a poison whip attack.
Feels good, don't it?
It just feels like another extension of me, as the other 5 over there.
The other 5 are currently clapping. Bravo! Bravo! Bravissimo!
Haha. Well done, Siegfried.
I look to Nick. Are you going to join us or not? I will not see you any different.
And one of these Siegfrieds goes, he's gonna fucking die.
Maybe one can merge with his ID.
I'll look at. Say, is there any route that can make me fly?
Oh, that would be something indeed. Unfortunately, I don't have anything that would do that. I do, however, have these. Might be something useful for you.
And he points to these little beetles.
This will secrete a shard of itself that you can use. These shards, they don't go very far, but they offer a powerful attack when they shed. And the shard will dissolve after it has hit the target.
And he pulls the arm of his cloak up. You can see one of the creatures embedded into the flesh of his arm. And he makes a thrusting motion with his hand. And you watch as these translucent shards that look like chunks of glass fly across and stick into the side of the wall and immediately begin dissolving and dripping and burning where they struck.
That is awesome. I do have one question for you.
Of course, yes.
Is there a way to get rid of them? Let's say if they hurt you, try to kill you.
You must remove them within a year, or you will begin to turn into a half-blood.
A year.
Yes,
And what is the process of removing them?
you must use a Biesk dagger to remove them. They are allergic to Biesk.
All right.
Your wife, she carries Biesk halberd.
Ah. I see. I'll
The-
take it.
The key is Biesk.
I'll take it.
How about this? Would this work? And I show him the keeper's bag.
And he looks at it.
Says, "Oh, that is a mighty weapon, my friend. I must ask you something. I will not ask you now, I will ask you later. If you'd be so kind.
Of course. You've been nothing but kind to us so far. I see no reason not to answer.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And he continues to stare at the dagger and then looks up at you. And he says,
Well, if there's nothing else, it is time to go, I think.
Let's be on our way.
and just out of curiosity, how much longer would you guys like to go? Because we can come to a stopping point here soon.
Up to you guys.
I'm down for whatever. Devin, how about you?
I'm okay for whatever, depending on what Derek and Sabrina.
I can go for about 30 minutes.
Okay. Why don't we call it at 10:30? How about that?
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Mark, what do you think? Oh, that's right. You're not here.
Okay.
I got a poison whip. He's got a lightning bolt. And Nicholas has acid shard.
Byron ain't getting shit because he's not here. Let's face it. I don't think Byron would actually want any of this stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, probably not.
Nah.
I mean, the amount of shit his mother-in-law would put him through.
His girlfriend would freak out when she saw that.
All right. Well.
By the way, when I'm not using the whip, I have it like kind of wrapped up my arm, just God of War chain style.
All right. So you all, well, that's the thing. When the whip is not out, it is currently wrapped around your arm, all the way up to your armpit. It's completely wrapped around your arm, and it forms.
Same with mine.
It feels like it feels like a second skin. Like it flattens out, like a cobra, around your arm.
Kind of like a tattoo, but with texture.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure I can use some of my disguise kit to just kind of like
You're
make it look smooth.
You're fairly certain that at a cursory glance it will look like a tattoo.
Okay. Until it turns and looks at you.
Exactly. All right. So you all begin filing out of Thaco's hut. You watch as he turns around and you see he, with a wave of his hand, an ethereal hand comes off of his hand and it closes both of the doors at the same time.
This way.
And he holds up his staff, knocks it on the ground 3 times, and the end of the staff begins emitting light. And he begins guiding you through the glade. And after about an hour, you find yourselves coming across a large clearing with what appears to be a raised dais with a circular indentation and a few statues spread on the corners of the dais. And a podium is set on one end of the circular indentation. And he looks to all of you and he says,
The book. Present the book.
I will present the book.
and he takes it out and he runs a finger across one side of it like he's caressing it, and as he does, the solid locking mechanism seams appear and the key, the disc, pops out. And he takes it out and holds it in his hand trembling for a moment, and then he passes it to you with the book.
All right, what should I do next?
The podium. I will put in the coordinates. You must put the key into the podium.
Very well.
I must warn you, this will more than likely destroy the key.
Understood. Okay, I'm gonna go there and place the key in the podium.
Okay. And as you do, you all hear a loud roar in the distance.
Sentry King, spread out!
As the key begins to sink into the podium, you watch as it starts to heat up, glowing a vibrant violet color. And the indentation, this large indentation, begins to glow and emanate. And after a few moments, the light shoots up into the sky. And Thaco looks to all of you and says,
Quickly, into the portal. There's no time.
I'll step into the portal.
and as you're all stepping up into the portal, Zara, you feel your halberd is vibrating violently now in your hands. And as you look off into the distance all around you, the circumference of this clearing, you just see movement. You see eyes. And you see hundreds of creatures all rushing from out of the alien vegetation towards the podium.
Well, they're on their way.
We can take them, right, Nick?
Yeah, let's stay and fight.
And as you all walk up onto the... Are you all walking up onto the podium now, into the indentation?
Yes.
Yeah.
As you, one at a time, you walk up, and the diminutive, dark-skinned man walks up to you, Samael, and he reaches out and he grabs you, and shouting over the sound of the arcane machinery as it's churning, and he says,
I was never a good man. Not a bad man, but not a good man. At the end of my life, I wish to do something. I will hold them off, and you will go.
Very well.
Before you go, I want you to do something for me.
Speak it.
I want you to stab me right here.
and he pulls his robe aside. And you see a rather large breastplate that has grown over his skin. And he points to a nodule on the breastplate.
You sure?
I am dying, Paladin. It's only a matter of time.
Very well. I will make it fast.
And then you hear another roar. And from behind the podium, a massive creature begins crashing through the vegetation. With long arms, it arcs out and stumbles through the growth, coming towards you all. And he says,
It's a patriarch. You must go now.
and you all, one at a time, begin stepping into the teleporter, and one by one begin blinking out of existence until, Samael, it is you that is left.
I'm gonna look him in the eyes and I'm gonna say, I am Samael the Reaper, the Keeper's Reaper, and I will smite him with the dagger straight in that mark on his breastplate that he showed me.
As you bring your arm down, he accepts the strike your dagger sinks into his flesh. There's a blinding flash of ethereal blue, green, and purple energy that flashes out. And you feel a vibration up your wrist into your elbow. As you draw the dagger back, a blackish purple smoke rises, and you see nothing but content on the man's face as he looks into your eyes, the life fading. And he
I'll
slumps.
see you again.
He slumps to the ground as you step back into the portal. As mere 3 feet away from you, hundreds of creatures, nothing but teeth and claw, reaching towards you, and a brilliant flash of light, and you're gone.
Well, we'll see him again.
One by one, you all begin to awake. You find yourselves in a strange circular chamber. A glowing, circular, arcane row of sigils marks the ground around you. And as you each lift your heads, you feel that familiar sensation of gravity once again. And you all look around at each other. Siegfried, you are now just one Siegfried. Samael, you are no longer Flaming Skull, just Samael.
Aw, man.
But you feel a twinge in your arm of that familiar feeling of the creature as it's nestled into your arm, getting comfortable. You all look around, bewildered. And then look up in the chamber above you, several feet. You see a bulbous creature with tentacles and eyeballs on the end of the tentacles. And it's floating about 15 feet above you and appears to be staring directly at all of you.
Sup?
You the owner of that cat?
Hey, how's it going?
Or were you the wizard or enhancer that made?
Nah, I just work for him.
Have you seen him, or is he actually dead?
Dead? I'm confused. What wizard are you talking about, man?
Yeah, Nicholas, what was his name again? As you can probably tell, my mind is really scattered.
I'm drawing a blank to his name. Jeremy, would I recall?
You would remember that the wizard that was referred to was Starin Decaneth.
Darn Decana. That's the wizard.
Oh, Starin. Oh, he died
Yeah.
30 years ago, man.
Alright, we're just trying to make sure that he didn't, pull some sneaky stuff and is actually alive in some other form. Because his cat's still alive after 30 years, and that's pretty...
You sure it's not 31 or 32 years? It's 30 years, right?
No? 30 years, yeah. And some change.
Oh, that's good.
You guys
And-
are weird.
You have no clue.
And if you don't mind me asking, where are we?
Oh, that's easy. You're in Colat Towers. In Sharn.
Thank the god.
Can you point us out to the street?
I mean, I could, but boss is probably going to want to talk to you since you illegally used his teleportation circle.
So,
We were in another plane of existence, and there were no laws there against using it. We just showed up here. It's completely happenstance.
No? I'm sure if you explain it to him real nice like, he'll probably cut you some slack, but, that's up to him.
Okay, well, go get your boss.
Oh, he's already on his way. He just
That's cool.
He just wanted me to stall and make sure you guys didn't try to run away.
Oh,
And as he finishes that statement, this strangely articulate aberration. The doors open from behind you, and a robed gentleman with a hood over his head walks in, and he has one hand is bare and the other hand is gauntleted. And he walks into the chamber with several other robed individuals. And as they walk in and see you all, they assume a defensive stance and
Nice gauntlet.
start drawing arcane sigils in the air. And
I was thinking the same thing about that gauntlet, actually, Sam.
the man with the gauntlet, he stops and says, he puts a hand up to the men beside him and he says, "Hold a moment. These people are no threat. Can't you see? Greetings, friends. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Manshun. Welcome to welcome to Kolat Towers. I am curious how exactly you got here in the first place. This is a locked teleportation circle. No one has this code."
Well, we were actually investigating a case over. Yeah?
It was merely an accident. We were investigating a case, and we stumbled upon a teleport. And it teleported us here.
Teleported, you say? Teleported from where?
From a bookstore.
Make a deception check.
Siegfried is just gonna, like, eye dagger the hell out of Nicholas as he sits here.
Man, Shane, this man is a liar.
I'm gonna.
He deceives people for his own enjoyment. I would like to tell you the truth.
By all means, I'm listening.
We were investigating
MIL.
at the behest of the Silver Flame, where a goblinoid creature had attacked a woman and her cat at a bookstore. Upon researching the event, we killed the goblins in question. We found a book with a symbol in it and a small disc that we placed into the book, which seemed to fit because our Inquisitor can't keep his hands off the stuff, and it teleported us to the Realm of Madness. We managed to find our way to a teleporter sheerly by blind, dumb luck. And there was an old mage there who'd been there for quite some time and gone quite insane. He actually used the medallion in the book to teleport us back through. But keep in mind, time is perceived differently there. 30 years ago, this area that he was teleporting us to was not currently used or uninhabited, or basically he said it was safe. But nobody intended for us to teleport here illegally. We were just trying to get back to Shorin. And that's the truth.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Wow, it is the truth.
It's true. That's why I'm not making you do a deception check. With advantage. Okay.
And then I'm going to give him a big cheesy grin.
Do you still have the book?
No, actually it was just, no, the seal was destroyed when we came back through, and the book was on the body of the mage that was left behind. He was using that and some coordinates to get us back through to here.
Huh. That's unfortunate. That book is over 16,000 years old. And you say it's gone.
I wish I had thought to get it and bring it with me, but unfortunately, he fell and died as we were coming through, as the creatures were approaching the gate. And I didn't think to take it back from him, as we were under siege at the moment and barely made it out alive.
You said a bookstore.
Oh, yes.
That wouldn't be Uza Zolesev's bookstore, would it?
I really didn't pay much attention to the name, but that does sound familiar. Guys, was that the bookstore? Uh, um, Siegfried, was that the bookstore?
I think it was actually the owner of the book gave her the cat that we're actually, well, I was really wanting to.
Yeah,
Well,
that cat's weird too. He flipped
it-
off the Inquisitor.
And the man who calls himself Manchun is now looking back at his people, and he's making little motions and speaking quietly to one of them. And the one he speaks to, this woman, she walks away out of the room, and she turns and he says, "Well, it's funny you should mention Uza Zolasev's shop. You see, it disappeared off the face of Eberron."
I told you that really happened.
Man,
Yeah,
I thought it was
that's-
just like the spirit of something. Man, you're
It-
right.
It disappeared 25 days ago.
Whoa. Well, I'm glad it wasn't 25 years ago.
It makes sense. 6 months in there was 30 years, so 8 or so hours would be. I'm surprised that it wasn't months.
It
Yes.
should have been 60 days, but I'm glad it was only 30.
Yes, 25 days. It was big. They held a memorial for the brave heroes that went into the place. It's some arcane trickery, no doubt, that went wrong. But you say that you are that such group.
Yes, was it a nice memorial? Did you see it yourself?
I was not there,
Shame.
but
Did they build a statue?
I have heard that it was quite nice. Family members showed up. A few folk that are, I believe, a local folk hero was one of the ones that was known to be missing, and he's looking beyond all of you now at Byron, who is nervously shifting behind all of you. But I'm sure they'll be overjoyed to hear that you're all alive and well. And back here, it's very curious. You are all a very resourceful lot.
Yeah, we tend to be. That's a nice gauntlet. Does that do anything?
Yeah, I'm kind of really distracted by the one gauntlet thing.
Oh, it's something I made. I lost an arm a while ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Does it function well?
Oh, quite well. It should. I made it myself.
That's amazing. Well, Manchun, I apologize for any inconvenience we might have caused you. Is everything okay? We didn't damage anything.
Oh no, it didn't damage anything at all.
Oh, that's good.
I must apologize. It's very unorthodox. You've all just returned, and I'm sure that you just want to get back to your lives and reconnect with those loved ones that thought you were lost forever.
And let the church know that the outcome of my business.
Oh, indeed. I'm sure. If it'd be so kind that perhaps you could all call on me sometime, I might be able to offer you some work and perhaps help you with this book business.
Very well. I'd love to help you out sometime.
No.
I didn't grab the book by accident. Did I? Let me check my inventory.
He did give you back the. He gave you back both the book and
Did he?
he handed you both, and it is both still in the party sheet, the party inventory.
It
No,
is?
No, it isn't.
No, I don't have the book. Yeah, I was just double checking.
It's in the party sheet because he gave it back to you, but you never had it on you.
The book is in there. I deleted the key. It got destroyed.
Oh, there's the
He did.
book. Hey, Manchun, I do have the book right here.
And he very sternly, his features go from stoic to stern, and he goes, "Really?"
Yes, here. As a sign of good
Oh,
faith,
gosh.
I'm gonna give it to you.
So you're gonna
And-
ignore everything I said?
He reaches.
No, this Manchun guy's good. I got a good feeling about him.
You literally gonna ignore everything I said?
Have you seen that gauntlet? That thing is sexy, man. Come on.
He reaches out his ungauntleted hand and grabs the book.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. And with
No
his
problem.
gauntlet in his hand, he snaps his fingers. And there's a bright flash of light. And you are
Nice
all
freaking job.
standing out in the middle of the street.
Nice
See?
freaking job.
In front of the crater where Uva's bookstore used to be.
You just gave the book to the evil bad guy, by the way.
He is not the evil bad guy. That's our friend. He just said he wants to hang out with us later.
Listen, Nicholas, what you don't understand is the world isn't good and evil. It's not a gray thing. Everyone feels how they feel for a reason. My particular mission is I want to make everyone understand that feeling more and work together instead of against each other.
And on top of that, he sealed that mage away that's got us back over here. But that mage that got us back over here used to be a bad man. He was really evil 30 years ago.
You got the whole.
No,
story wrong.
he said
He's good.
he wasn't a good man, but he wasn't a bad man either. Were you even
Not
listening? You didn't even
only-
notice he gave you the book.
While you're
Not only did you stab the guy with the dagger,
You didn't see that. We were already through it. You did not see him stab him with the dagger, Derek.
as the three of
But
you
I heard him ask him. We were all standing right there when he said,
as
"Will you do this one last thing?"
as the three of you are arguing with each other in the middle of the street, you hear a familiar voice call out, "Oh, by the gods! You're alive!"
Yeah.
Who said we were dead? How many times do I have to tell you people? Just because we go in somewhere, we're not going to die as much as y'all wish we would.
It took 25 days, but we killed them all.
And you hear the familiar sound of your Warforged driver, Mr. R, as the sky carriage flies overhead, and he lands down in front of you all. The Pegasi nickering, and he leaps off of the carriage and rushes forward and begins shaking all of your hands at once.
The city didn't take control of the inn, did it?
Oh no! I've been holding it in trust.
And he is stumbling over his own words as he's apparently very pleased to see all of you.
We had a few rough and tumble folk that were trying to take it, but we stopped them, and that poltergeist, Liv and I, we kept them out, and I painted myself to look like a skeleton and scared the bejesus out of them.
That's why I love you, Mr. R.
I don't
See,
think
Nick, everything worked out.
Please don't tell. Oh, he's over there. Please don't tell Mr. Byron that I lost his cat.
And that's where we're going to end the session.
Great, now
Woohoo.
Byron's gonna have to kill Mr. R. Thank you.